Okay. We was experiencing some technical difficulties, but we're back now, y'all. I want to welcome y'all to the American Sports Show. I'm your host, Burrow Boy, aka Sean Atkinson, and I thank you guys for all your love and support. We were having some technical difficulties earlier, but we're gonna get the guests back up in here. Let's see here. Make sure they got the invites. Okay. So we're gonna get a guest for some time to come up in here. See if we can get back. Y'all bear with me tonight. Got some technical difficulties going on here. But we should be squared away now. We're gonna get Coach back up in here and see if we can hear him. I know you guys saying you can hear him. I couldn't hear him to save my life. I don't know what was going on. So we're gonna see if we got it better now. We did a couple of things. Let's see if we got it going better now. Let's see. Okay. I want to welcome all of you guys to the All-American Sports Show. I'm your host, Burrow Boy, a.k.a. Sean Atkinson. Tonight, we got a special guest, Mr. Jerry SYKES, legendary coach in Goldsboro High School. Also, if you didn't know, he was the first black quarterback for Goldsboro High School. He's going to be joining us shortly. He was with us just a second ago, but we had some technical difficulties, and we got him off, but he's going to be coming back on shortly. We're just waiting for the ad in. And then we'll get this show rolling. But listen though, while we're waiting, you guys hit that website, burrowbullapparel.net. Get you guys some merch. Also, we got the TikTok shop going tonight. You guys click that orange button down below and get you guys something out to showcase. I'm sure there's something in there that you guys can use. I want to thank you guys for all the love and support we've been getting for the show, man. Also for the apparel line. I really want to thank you for that, man. We're going to round of applause for that. I really want to thank you for that, man. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't do this without y'all. We love bringing you guys the content. Let's see. Once again, closed out the normal viewing. Okay, for some reason we can't get Graham up in here. I don't know why. I hope it's not acting like that for Coach. Trey, what's going on, man? Appreciate the love. Thanks for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? All you guys on TikTok, thanks for tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? The support is much appreciated. We've been going strong, and we plan to keep going strong. Welcome everybody to our American Sports Show. And we're gonna keep this thing going, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on lately though. It's been like some issues going on with the service for some reason. But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we cleared that up, man. We're just waiting for Coach to get that invite so he can come back up in here. We're supposed to have our co-host tonight, Fairman Lambo. He's not gonna be able to make it. So we had Mr. Graham, Maurice Graham, former guest on the show, I'm sorry. He was going to be joining us, man, but I don't know why it won't let, for some reason, Graham, okay, hold on one second. I might can, okay. Hey, Graham, if you're listening, send a guest request. Coach, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, man, it's doing the same thing.
You still can't hear me?
It's doing the same thing. I don't know why it's doing the same thing. I don't know what's going on, man. For some reason, it's not. You can hear me clear, but I can't hear you at all.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
That's crazy. You can hear him?
They were busy.
Okay, so you got to relay. You doing what now? Coach, I apologize, man. I don't really know what's going on with the service. We had some issues a couple nights ago, but we cleared that up. I don't know why. Uh, I don't know why it's not letting me hear you for some reason.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, he's got the invite. The volume is up high on that, and yeah, guys, I'm terribly sorry. I don't know. I really don't know what the issue is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to relay. You can hear him, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, where you want? Okay, we got a plan going on here. We cooking up something. We cooking up something over here. Y'all give me a second. We cooking up something here.
I know you can
You know
do
what I'm saying? We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you all you guys for tuning in though, man. Y'all good sports. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Give me 1 second here. We're cooking up something here. We forgot that.
it.
Coach, you there?
Yes, sir. Over here.
Say again?
Over here. You still can't hear me?
Oh, okay. I hear
Can
you
you hear me
now.
now?
There we go. There
You
we
hear me
go. There
now?
we go. There we go. We
Okay.
got you. We got you. We got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, baby. I see that smile. I see that smile.
My my God, boy. My God, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you guys. Thank you guys, man. Hey, look, I'm all handicapped now. I got cords going from everywhere. But thank you guys for tuning in with All American Sports Show. My name is Burrow Boy, aka Sean Atkinson, and tonight we got a special guest, Mr. Legendary Jerry SYKES. Coach, man, I want to thank you for joining in, man. And we have got some we've got some questions for you, man, and we wanna give you your flowers. Uh, this show is all about giving yesterday's stars their flowers, man. And you are a star of yesterday and today. Um, the the things that you have done and the people that you have touched, man, it's truly a blessing to it's truly a blessing to be a part of your life, man, to be in contact with you. Every person that you touch, you seem to bless them in some type of way and inspire them in some type of way. And it's an honor for me to be able to get a chance to hear your story, to be able to translate your story. And I want to thank you for the opportunity, Coach. You know what I'm saying? That's from the bottom of my heart, man. And I want to give you a round of applause for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
But
Thank you, bro.
yeah, man, Coach. So, Coach, where are you originally from?
Goldsboro, baby. Born and bred. Goldsboro. Born here October 19th, 1957.
Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, okay.
Yep, 67 years old. Going strong.
Ooh, yes, sir. Okay, okay. So, are your parents from Goldsboro as well?
Yeah, they are. Mom and dad were from the area, you know. Actually, I got some on my father's side. We got some, roots, Jamaican roots, island roots, that kind of thing. As a matter of fact, we have a history of my father's people leaving from the riots in Wilmington. I'm sure y'all heard about those riots back in the day where they ran everybody out, burned them out. And they left, got on the train because there was a train from Goldsboro to Wilmington, and that was one of the first trains, and they wind up here, and that's where we all got started. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Well, let me ask you. So, let me ask you this: who inspired you coming up as a youth coach?
Actually, um, my brothers. My father died when I was 5 years old, and that really was one of my passions. For giving back because I grew up without a father, and I knew that plight, of kids not having that strong male figure around, especially as young black kids. We need that strong role model. And society and everybody else, always was fighting against us, reaching and, understanding who we were, not just as men, but as a people. So, that really inspired me to give back because, one of the fondest things I have, I can remember, as a child, when I first started playing sports, not being able to, look in that stand and seeing those special individuals, and I'm sure you can relate to that also, because everybody needs to see that special face, that
Right.
person that was there, man, that, believed in you, and not being able to see that does something to a kid, and
Right.
so there were times, I could look and when she could, my mom was there a few times. I had my friends and my peers, that kind of thing. But we all need to have that strong role model. That's that person, man, that you can feed off of, that believes in you, and that kind of thing. So, I was blessed to have other people in my life. I had several dads, because I had, folks pouring into me. So like I said, that was my main inspiration, as I got older,
Right.
to give back, to give back. And that's why all you guys, man, I really just adopted you as my sons, and that means a lot. That's why it means a lot for me to see you and others, giving back because you're inspiring people too, man, and that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know. And
Yeah, I
you
appreciate that,
may,
Coach. I appreciate
yeah,
that. Really do appreciate that.
you, you said something about me being the first black quarterback, and I wanted to say something about that. Um, there was a lot going on at that time. First of all, I was the first, but I wasn't the only. And technically, I was the first one to play in the game. I was a freshman at the time, and so there were others.
Okay.
Two names I want to be sure to mention is, for one, Jerry Hicks. He was the class above me, and he ran into some of the same
Jerry
stuff, man.
Hicks.
The racism, it was so prominent then because when we was in school, it was about half and half. The first integrated class was 1970, at Goldsboro High School. 69, was the last class at Dillard. And then they integrated after that. But 1970 was the real first class at Goldsboro High School. And they had so many things at play. It had to be half and half. Teams had to be split down. It was just blatant. A lot of stuff that was going on was blatant. And, if you think about it, there were no black, in the NFL, and there were very few in the NBA. And at the time, because the real reason they thought that it was okay is because they thought that we weren't intelligent enough to play the position, and it's kind of ironic that today we dealing with DEI, and those kind of issues, and we turn around and being faced with the same things. You know, if you look at the league now, it's dominated, you know, by black QBs. And that in itself speaks highly of, you know, what we can
Right.
do if we were, you know, allowed to. And that was the main thing. You know, we just
Right.
weren't allowed to. You know, the other name I want
Right.
to,
Give me
you
opportunity.
know,
Right.
be sure to say is Reginald Sherrod. You know, he was technically, you know, the first black to play varsity at Goldsboro High School. I just was the first to play in the game, you know. And but you know, I give tribute to a lot of those guys,
Okay.
man, that had to
Okay.
deal with the same thing that we dealt with. Because the coach at the time, we weren't even allowed at first to even go out for the position, you know. I mean, it wasn't a law or something that was written, but it was understood that, you know, they didn't think, you know, for one, they didn't think that white guys will follow
Right.
us, you know, because they didn't want that because the QB is the leader. And they thought that, well, they're not going to follow this guy. And then they used the premise that they're not smart
Right.
enough because we had to know the plays, had to learn this, had to learn that. So, you know, there was a lot at stake that was going on at the time. So that's why, you know, I want these
Mm-hmm.
kids now to understand what you know, everybody before them had to go through, you know. And now it's what, 98% black. So that's not even the issue, you know. But, you know, before
Right.
that time when it was half and half, 60-40, 50-50, you know, those were the things that we had to deal with on a daily basis. So, you know, I give tribute to the old coaches, you know, the Charles Lanes, you know, the Hawkins, you know, those guys, man, that, you know, the Jerry Johnsons, you know, the guys that was there, man, that pushed us, you know, in spite of what we were going through, they tried to teach us to have character, you
Yeah.
know, to be leaders, you know, to be men and to pass that on to somebody coming behind you.
Right.
So I always tell everybody,
Right.
you know, it's good to be first, but it's best not to be last. You know, it's good to be the first one, but don't be the last one. So I
Yeah.
just wanted,
I hear you on that, man.
yeah, I just wanted to bring that up.
I hear you on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's give them guys a round of applause for that, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. My boy Maurice Grant, he my co-host tonight, replacing our friend Lambo. I finally got him up in here. How you doing, Maurice?
Hey,
Maurice,
no complaints. How you doing, Coach?
hey buddy, how you doing, man? Always good to see you,
Oh,
buddy.
yes, sir. Likewise, sir.
Yeah, another one of my sons. Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach.
Yes,
Let me say this. Go Birds.
So, Coach,
Okay, I take
hey,
that. I take that. I take that. I take that. Fly, fly, fly while you can fly, baby. Fly while
Fly
you
Eagles
can
fly, baby.
fly. Yeah, yeah. Look, I see that smile. You still got that smile, baby.
so, Coach, let me
Yes,
ask
sir.
you this, man.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what made you want to play sports?
Uh, well, you know, see, where we came up at, man, in the new project, that was our outlet. You know, I mean, you know, we you know, they have a lot of things to do around, so we just got together as kids, man, and we played pickup ball. And again, you know, that's something that's really missing today too, man, is pickup ball. We got a lot of AAU, we got a lot of organized sports. But see, we came
Mm-hmm.
up, man, we were taught by older guys. Now everybody today plays with their peers. You know, everybody, man, is your peer. You all playing on the same level. You know, I was playing with guys, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years older than me. And
Right.
you know, we had to go through the ropes, man. You know, so the older guys made you the player that you were. You know, and now we compete against each other. You know, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, not knocking AAU, not knocking a lot of these leagues, man, but it's different. It's different,
Right.
and that's why you guys, you know, looked at us as coaches because in our eyes, we were just the older guys that were trying to show you guys the route. You know, It won't about authority and all that kind of stuff, man, because we understood what you was going through, because
Right.
that's why we got into your lives, man, off the court, off the field. She wanted to know what was going on at the house, because I always remember, man, for one, I always remember Maurice's dad, Mr. Graham. He was there, man. He showed up, and I would get tickled to death every time I saw Mel walk in that door, and they couldn't understand it at first as to
You better
why I was
believe it.
just so,
You better believe it.
motivated by that, and not knocking it, but all we saw, man, was mamas and grandmamas and aunts, and that was great that they were there. But they, so many times they were preoccupied,
Mm-hmm.
man. They had jobs, they had kids, all kinds of stuff going on, man. So,
Right. Right.
it meant a lot to see those faces, man, because like I said, I always wanted to look in that stand, man, see that familiar face, because it kind of, settles you down, you know, gets you in the frame of mind, and it shows that support. I mean, that's
Right.
what we need more than anything else, man. Somebody has your back,
Right. Right.
has your back. That's why Mr. John,
Right.
he's come, man. We always had conversation, and all his sons. I think I coached all you guys. There might been one, maybe I didn't, but yeah, from John on down, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
that spoke volumes, man. I mean, it spoke volumes, man, and it really touched me, really. So it's great. So that was what inspired me, man, to give back and to have an outlet, because
Right.
we didn't have so many ways to get out of
I
the
want to
hood.
say this. I want to say this to you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
There it is. Yeah. I want. I want to. I'm sorry, Coach. I want to say this to you, man. Uh. Coming up the way that I came up. Um. I just want to say, I'm trying not to choke up.
I know you. I,
Which I said
I
I'm
know you
gonna
got me
tear up.
earlier, man. I know. I know.
um.
Yes,
I just want to say thank you, man. I want to say thank you. Um. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's only three people in this world that were coaches to me that took the time to pour into me and didn't didn't go off of what anybody else said or went off a rumor or because I had an attitude or I had passion and didn't know how to exploit that passion. But you guys, Coach Durham, yourself, and Coach Webb took the time to hone that passion in to be put towards something positive. And you guys didn't have to. Um, anytime I can remember, y'all gotta excuse me, but I can remember, playing basketball, and that's another thing I want to say to you guys. He's coached a lot of people in football, but he coached me in basketball. So that says right there, it's not the sport, it's the man. It's the spirit that God puts in you to inspire other people. And that meant a whole lot to me. And so now as a 45-year-old man, I look back and I say to myself, I wanna honor I wanna honor my pops. I wanna honor him and give him his flowers while I can. I would have loved to have been able to do the same for Coach Webb and Coach Dunn as well. But I said I was not gonna miss this opportunity. So, man, you know, I love you. I want to thank you. Um, there's so many people that you've touched and so many people that you've inspired. And I'm definitely one of them, man. And like I said, I just want to say thank you. And I appreciate you putting the time in, man. And so many people don't understand it's not money, the time. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Money can never, ever amount to the time. And I want to say thank you, man, and give your flowers, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Now, look, I just got straight from the day from talking to you earlier, man. I just dried up a little bit. But, I wanted to throw something out there that I shared with you earlier about experience I had. I was at Toolem's funeral, and Jake, Big Jake, and one of the teammates, man, do y'all know class, what year did you come out? What year did you come out,
Yeah.
Sean? Yeah, that's right. You got that delay. But Michael Moore,
98.
man, the class that
Yeah,
he was in.
he was with my brother. He was with John,
98.
With
Coach
John.
Banks.
Okay, because that was
Yep.
one of the first ones. Yeah, because
Yes,
I
sir.
think when John come out, like 90 or something,
Uh,
91, 90 something,
92. I want to say 92, Coach.
92. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Yeah, he came out my daughter and Shay. Yeah, okay. And that was one of the first classes, man, that we had. And Michael came up to me, man. I hope he don't mind me sharing this. And he came and said that me and Coach Durham helped save his life. Um, we had you guys what, 7th, 8th grade. You what,
Yes,
maybe
sir.
13, 14, something like that, 12 to 13. And there's so much going on in life, man. There's so many things going on.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, man, like I said, it wasn't about the money. Like I said, a lot of times, man, we went in our pockets for stuff, man, just little odds and ends, but it was worth it. But when someone comes back to you later, just like now, man, what you doing now, and tell you that you had an impact on their life, man, it makes it all worth it, bro. That's what it's all about, man, when they can come back, because that's what you're doing. I mean, you're doing it for the love that you have for the game. You're doing it for the love that you have for people. And you really don't want anything in return. But those are the things, man, that you reap, from doing that, man. And you have no idea what that does to me. I had kids, man, from David Thornton to Jaron Reed to, Travis Coleman to all those guys, man. For them to come back, man, and say that you had, just a small impact, man, on their life and taught them something, man, it means a lot. Because just like in life, we go through a lot of things in life, on your job, with your family, with your kids. And, sometimes, man, it gets a little hard. You get to the point you say, man, am I making an impact? Man, is this worth it? It gets to be a strain sometimes. And then sometimes, man, it gets to be just going through the motions, because there were a lot of times, man, we were there, man, it's like, man, I don't see this. I don't see this. I don't see this. But I see that look on you guys' face, man. There's so many of them kids, man. Lobo, some of them other guys, man. Just so many kids, man, that came through there. That the talent, Goldsboro, man, has been a mecca of talent for years. I used to go places, man, come back and tell people, man, look, man, we got winos on the corner that should be in the NBA, and
Right.
that's how it was, man. And we just one begats another, one begats another, man. And,
Right.
I mean, it was
Right.
just, man, and some of them squads we had, man, y'all know, man, we used to bust the clock, but we was always classy. Remember, you guys, man, had to wear a shirt and tie, where we went,
Shirt ties and slacks.
I
Yes, sir.
mean,
Gotta have on them
and
church
slacks,
shoes.
man. You had to look the part, man. You know, we stayed on you about those grades, man, because talent, man, can only
That's
take
right.
you so far, man. You
That's
know, we
right.
talked with those teachers, man. We went back, man, and made
That's
sure
right.
that look, man, you got to have the total package, man. And that was before the NCAA
Right.
rules and all this other stuff kicked in and scores and all this kind of stuff, man. But you were saying if you never made it, and there were some guys, man, once they left, man, never played another lick of ball, man, never. But they became men. We want you guys to become men, man, because that would carry you all your life, man. And that's why even now, man, I get so
Right.
choked up, man,
Right.
just, seeing you guys mature, man, and just, be grown tail
Yeah.
men and doing what you're supposed to do, man, because that's what it's all about. And in society now, the way things are now, it's so ironic that if you look, man, what's going on in the world now, it's crazy out there, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy, man. And
yes,
if you
sir.
don't have no foundation, if you don't have somebody, man, that has your back, it's hard, man. It's hard out there, man. I see so many kids, man, that just lost. They don't have anybody, man, that, they could turn to. They have no hope. We should never hear of us, man, commit suicide. You never hear of us just losing it, man, and just, doing crazy stuff, man, just crazy stuff. Because we were raised right, man. You get that tail whooping, you get that stern
Right.
talking, you get those older heads, man, that will pull you off to the side. Now, man, it's a job. Now, man, it's a stepping stone for a lot of these coaches, man, to get somewhere else. Because there were
Yeah,
people used to try to come to Goldsboro to coach because they could get
Right.
seen.
Right.
Because they're gonna have that talent. I know a lot of coaches, man, want to come here, man, coach, man, because of that
Yeah.
pool of talent, man. And that was going to, have
Right.
you noticed, man?
Right. Off the name.
Have you noticed? So, you know, hone that, man. Get that right, and it's gonna, man, just feed itself, and feed itself. But history is
Yeah.
key, man. Remember, we had those grandmas, we had those people, man, that told you about your family history. You knew where you came from, you knew where you were supposed to go, you knew about your people, man. And now, the technology we got now, man, it's accessible, but we don't use it. We got stuff out there now that's there.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have cell phones, we didn't have Google, shit, we didn't have AI, we didn't have all that stuff, man. But that's why we had to have each other, and that's why I said, man, and like every last one of you guys that was there, you remember those
Yeah. Y'all didn't have none of that
one-on-one.
back
Yeah,
then.
you wanted to play, especially you, Sean.
Right. Right.
You always wanted to dunk on somebody. Man, I said this boy, he had never seen a 7th, 8th grade kid assist with dunking that ball, man. He wanted to dunk that thing. Maurice, look, he tried one time to come over there. I got you, coach. I got you, man. I got you. I said, all right. Feel these ribs, baby. Feel these ribs. Because I'm going to put that pork chop in your ribs. You remember them layup drills we used to have? And we used to get a towel. I got that from one of my old coaches, man. You're going to make the layup, man. You're going to get a shot in the ribs because it's going to be like that in the game. You might not get that call, but you still got to make that shot.
hey, hey,
So this just like
hey,
life,
coach, I
man.
got a
We
question for
try,
you.
yeah, we try,
right.
man, to
Right.
imitate life in basketball, man, because it was all
Right.
about basketball. So I said, "Nah, man, you ain't gonna dunk on me." But man, it's all love, man. Like I said, and I have so many memories, man. So many memories, man. You guys, man, just bring joy to my heart. Look, he just got that, Maurice. He just got it. He just got
Hey,
it.
hey,
Yes,
coach, I
sir.
got a question
Coach,
for
man,
you.
I really
Yeah,
enjoyed.
Hey,
Yeah, and
so,
look,
coach, I
I
know,
got a
I
two
know, I know.
second
When I
delay
was,
because I'm using the they got me on the wire here.
yes, sir. What, Maurice?
hey, coach. So my question for you is this, right? So we've seen Coach Durham from our foxhole, right? From
Right.
your foxhole, what was it like coaching with him,
They used to call us Fire and Ice.
right?
Yeah, that was our nickname. named Fire and Ice. He was, man, he was the fire, I was the ice. It was like,
Yes,
Coach,
sir.
we know, calm down. He calmed down, man. He was all fired up. Like I said, he was a man. And see, I try to see past that, man. I try to see the person, because we used to always, special man, tryout day. We said that, man, he said, what you think about him? What you think about him? Because he basically, man, looked at the big men, those guys, man. The guards were my job. I had
Right.
to pick the ones. I said, look, man, he's a leader. He's this, he's that. And, you can see little things, man. I can tell by the way the kid walked. I said, yeah, his walk, man, yeah, he all right. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. But y'all didn't know, man, Coach Durham was one hell of a player, man. That boy, well, y'all got to see some of them jumpers. You remember these guys didn't shoot some of them jumpers,
Yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah.
with us,
Hey, he used
but
to talk about the pull up all the time.
oh, yes,
The
sir.
pull
Yes,
up.
sir.
The pull
Yes,
up.
sir. Yes, sir. You know,
Oh man,
yeah,
man,
and
Coach
like,
Durham will blind you.
yes, sir. But see, we stress
Come on,
fundamentals,
man.
man.
And look and
Fundamentals.
talk to you, and tell you how pretty his jump shot is while he dropping it. He'll tell you ain't never seen nothing this pretty in your life.
Yes, sir. But it's about fundamentals, man,
Yes,
and that
sir.
was life, because there were certain
Hey,
things that
look,
you had to
I want to
learn,
welcome
man.
everybody to the All American Sports Show. I am your host, Burrow Boy, aka Sean Atkinson. I want to thank everybody for showing up. All my guys on TikTok, all my guys on Facebook. I want y'all to bear with me tonight. I got a 2-second delay. We're having some technical difficulties, so if I'm talking over someone, please forgive me because I can't know. I got a 2-second delay between times of talking. But uh, like I said, we got that burrableapparel.net. Please go to the website, burrableapparel.net. Get y'all some that merch up there. If you guys don't know, it's a community-based clothing line made for the people. We also got the TikTok shop going on tonight. Y'all go out there and hit that orange cart. Sure, we got something to showcase for you guys. But, you know what I'm saying? We're talking with legendary coach Jerry SYKES. Number one of the first black quarterbacks for Goldsboro High School. Coach, I got a question for you. What is the Pony Express?
The Pony Express, man, was Eric Dickerson played with SMU, and it was him and the other back. I can't think of his name right now, white guy, and they called him the Pony Express
Okay.
because that's when SMU, man, had those backs. And if you remember Eric Dickerson, he was the first, I think, 2,000-yard rusher in the NFL. You
Still hold a
know,
record.
and so yeah, there was a
Eric
team.
Dixon, yes, sir.
Me and his brother Carlo Marla. We played over in Italy together, man. And we didn't get a lot of recognition about it, but we were tough. So we were tough. So they kind of compared us, man, to that little duo there, because yeah, we did some things on the field. So that was what that was all about. Yeah, right quick. I see that my two of my sons are on the call,
Okay, okay, okay,
Jonathan and Jacob, and
okay.
at,
Sort of like
at the time. Let me see. They were kids, man. Matter of fact, like I said, this was I first started coaching with Coach Durham in '87.
oh, what's up? Don't my boys. What's up, boy?
Yeah, and if you remember, man, they were real small. Think Jacob was born in '88. Jonathan was born in no, Jacob was born in '89. Jonathan was born in '89. Yeah, yeah, and we had them in the games. And Coach Durham, they would sit in the stands while we practice, man. And Jacob wanted to get down on the floor. For Jonathan, it was too noisy in there, man. It was loud, and Coach, man, and this is the kind of person that he was. He was so in tune with that, man, that he would stop practice sometimes, man, just to go pay attention to them, make sure that he was okay and calm and everything, and went right back to what he was doing, hitting those suicides. Y'all remember those suicides, man?
Yes, sir.
Hitting that
Hey,
floor with
coach.
suicides. Yeah.
Hey, coach. With that being said, let's
Yeah,
be honest. You and Mama Sykes produced some great
man.
athletes yourself. Now, as an athlete yourself, how was it raising your sons as they got better in sports? Also, how was that?
Awesome. There's a movie called The Great Santini. I never forget it. And this guy was a Marine. And, he wind up, man, taking his Marine stuff on with his kids. I never forget, I coached a team at the community building, I think. It was a youth league. And I think it's, 7, 8-year old or something like that. And we came home from practice one night, had a little intense practice, man. And my wife asked Jacob, how was the practice?
Okay.
He said, well, I don't know. He said, Dad called me everything but by my name, you know. So, that was hard, man, because, you want your kids to be the best, man. But I look back on it, I think I was a little rough. I mean, it's possible that I may have been a little rough, man. But you see the importance, man. It's like being a parent. You do the same things with your kids. Somebody else could say, man, I sure would and love that, because the kids will always tease people. They was talking about Jerry's kids. You remember Jerry Lewis had a little telethon. They would raise money for him and everything. And we was in the store one day with me and the boys, and I think it was Jonathan that said that. They was talking about Jerry kids, about trying to give the Jerry kids. He looked at him, he said, we are Jerry's kids.
Right.
So we go through this on a daily basis, man.
Hey,
So,
hey,
there's a
coach.
thin line between doing that, I think, of trying to instill that, and you want your
Yeah,
best, but you push, push, push. And one thing I try to tell fathers, today, push your kids, man, push them, but don't let your push turn into a pull,
Hey,
you
hey,
know.
coach.
Yeah.
You know what's important though. So Jacob just replied, "It all paid off."
Yeah,
Hey, coach,
right,
yeah,
right.
it can't get no better than that, right there. When
yeah,
when 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 your son say it all paid off, so that
yeah.
tells me right there, you've been that drill sergeant, that old Marine,
Right,
Yeah,
and just instilling in them the
right,
discipline. You got to go 110. You can't just go 100 because there's always somebody out there going 110
right,
or 105.
right.
You going 110%. At the end of the day, you giving it everything you got. So I think Jacob just saluted you and I do the same thing because that lets me know that he really enjoyed the way that you raised him. Big ups, big
It
ups.
means a lot, baby. It means a lot.
Yes, sir.
It means a lot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah, for sure. Shout out, Jacob, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
coach.
Give a round of
With that
applause
being
for that,
said,
man.
though,
So,
what
Coach,
would you?
any guys you played with? Any guys you played with go pro?
Uh, directly in basketball, football. No, huh? Mike Evans, yeah, Mike, yeah. Well, I played with Mike Evans. He went in NBA. David Waymer. Yeah, he died early, man. He played with the Saints back in the day. We was in, as a matter of fact, we was at East End School together, man. And he was another quiet kid. He was a real quiet kid, man, and unassuming. But he got caught up in the game too. I think yeah, he
Okay.
went to Notre Dame. Yeah, cocaine addiction. And he had some other little personal problems, man. But that was a lot of things that we were faced with, man. And especially, and that's why we had to be grounded and rooted because of our background. A lot of us came from the hood. It was like that, man. And single parents, a lot of man just, one parent houses, man, and everything. So we had so many odds, man, so many things going against you, that if you weren't rooted, if you didn't have that foundation and support system, man, that, there was so many traps out there. Because everybody, man, that pat you on the back don't mean you well, you know. And that was, another thing I should try to tell the kids, man, my kids and all the other kids, be around somebody that wants something. Be around
That's right.
people, man, that want the same thing you want. But find out how they intend to get it. You know, is it going to be on their hard work, man, or is it going to be off of you?
Right.
So a lot of times people want to be
Right.
around you, man, for what you can offer them. So
Mm-hmm.
like I tell people, be around like-minded people. Be around somebody that want to be successful too, man.
Right. All
But
ambition
early in the
and good
game,
ambitions.
yeah, find out, man, how they intend to get where they
Right.
going. You know, and that's it, man. That's it. And the nutshell that you know, it's
Right.
it's
Right.
it's
Right.
tough, man.
Maurice, you mind reading that comment?
Yeah. So it came from Brody. Says my father used to tell me the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, Coach, I got a question for you, and this is gonna be towards the end with your answers. You've been in Goldsboro for a while. I not to make you sound old, Coach, but for a while.
Yeah.
Give me at the end of the show. I want you to give me your top 5 athletes that you've seen come through Goldsboro,
Wow.
football and basketball. At the end, not now, Coach. I know you probably got to
Okay.
think about it,
Yeah.
but at the end, just give us your 5 that you've seen in football and basketball that really you was like, okay, we got something there.
Okay. Okay. But that's a heavy question there, man. Because like I said, the
Hey,
talent level has been off the chart, man.
hey,
Now,
Coach,
now while you
I was trying to
marinating on
decide
that
should it
right
be
there,
5 or 10.
Okay.
that's a heavy one.
You ready?
No, not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
You want to do it now,
All right.
Sean? Sean, you want to do it now?
So, Coach, here's a question I got for you, man. How does it feel? Yeah, no, we gonna say that for the next to the last, because you know what I'm saying. Me and Lambo got a special question for the last one. You know we gotta ask him that
Oh
last one,
yeah.
but we're
I
gonna
got you.
save that one right there for the next to last.
I
But
got you.
I got a question for Coach, man. I just want to know, because I can relate to this from being a player and then going from playing to coaching. Um, I coached 2 years at Dillard basketball. I was assistant coach with Charlie O'Neal. And matter of fact, me and uh, Graham brother Micah, he was also assistant coach. But I want to know, man, how does it feel being a star player, going from a star player to a star coach?
Wow. The pressure is there to translate and because I tell people, everybody, man, can know the game. Everybody can go to clinics, man. You can do whatever you want to, but you have to have a passion. You can't make somebody a coach. You have to be born a coach, man. And just live that dream out because it's hard to translate. Everybody can't teach.
Right.
It's like being a teacher. I can have all the information, man, but it's hard to pass that on to people. You had to have, skills of being able to relate to people, man, and have discernment. You have to see what's going on, beyond the ball, past the ball, past the field, past the court, because that passion has to be there, man, to get that across. Because you ran across guys, y'all play enough ball, man, to see coaches, man, and they have that term that somebody run through a brick wall for this guy. That's because you get to the point you get it. They get you and you get them. And if you understand what they're doing and you buy into what they're trying to
Right.
tell you, man, it makes it so much easy. It's easier, man, for one to be coachable. And that's what, I try to press, to all the kids I run across, man, to you gotta have that coachable attitude, because that's going to translate, man, to everything you do. You go to your job, you got to be coachable, man. you know you in your marriage or relationships, it's the same thing, man. You got to be coachable, because you got to understand, man, the concept of
That's
teamwork.
right.
You got to be able to work together. Sometimes, some days you're going to be the man, some days, man, it ain't clicking.
Yes, sir.
Yourself some days. Look, and it's hard to tell some guy, look, it ain't your day-to-day job.
Well,
Ask that Rob, baby. It ain't you today. So that's the difference. And we all say that the older
yeah,
we get, the better we
boy.
were. The
Yeah.
better we were. You do that too as a coach, man.
Yeah,
Well, when
man.
I played, I tell somebody, man, that when I played football, when I first started, I literally could remember every interception that I threw when I first started. I remember them because, like I said, 'cause they were personal to me. And there was one I remember. I said, I remember when I caught one of my own passes, threw the ball to myself, got tipped. I remember that. And shit, I remember the one interception I threw in the game one time, and I ran that guy down, man. It was personal. I hit him so hard. He fumbled that thing, and I got it back. So, as a matter of fact, we gained yours out of the play because, like I said, it was like I threw a long pass to
Yeah,
him. So,
right.
it's those things, man, that stick with you, But, for me, it's trying to be able to relate and get across and feed into other people, man, your point. And you have to do that, man. You have to do that.
Hey, coach.
You know. Yes, sir.
Hey, so if you had to tell the up and coming athletes anything, what would you tell them?
Man.
Right, right,
Well, for one, learn about the game, man. Learn about the game. If you see a lot of the players today, the Jaden Daniels, the other players, man, is there, Lamar Jacksons, they're students of the game, man. They had the old school pops or whoever it was, man, sat down and took out those VHS tapes, man, or whatever, and showed them, man, how the game was played. Now, the different nuances. Everything is different now. They got to progress, but it still goes back to foundations, man. And you got to be rooted into something. So, learn about the game. Learn about those old players, man, and how they played the game, and their backgrounds. 'Cause a lot of things, man, is like you see the person, you don't know. And that
right,
was one of the things we really tried to get to do with
right,
you guys, man, is to learn, who was Sean, who was Mike, who was, who was Maurice, you know, who were you guys, man, when you left there? And that was the person, man, that we had to relate to,
right.
you know. And so I tell the kids today, man, learn the game and learn about yourself, because in doing that, you'll find out who you are, man. If you don't know who you are,
Mm-hmm.
you won't go far at all, bro, because you have to know who you are, because everybody has giftings inside of them. We just need to pull those out. And that's the job of a coach, man. It's the job of a coach.
It's powerful, man.
Hey, coach, I find myself asking most athletes this question right here: do you like it or do you love it?
Yeah,
Yeah, man, you got me in
yeah,
there, and
yeah. I know, Sean, like I said, boy, get you some tissue, man. You're going to be all right.
Hey, coach, you know he's trying to be tough.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta love
yeah,
it.
yeah. He was like, I got something in my eye, man. Wind blowing his head, something in my eye, man. You know, that'd be tough.
Hey,
Look. You
man,
talking
hey,
about being tough. Now I'm gonna
y'all
tell
don't,
you.
y'all don't know
Look,
what I mean. Y'all will never know what this means to me, man. Y'all will never know what this means to me, man. I mean,
look. You talk about tough. I remember, man, when they got snatched up, right? Charlie snatched them boys up, man. And he was sitting there. He was a man. I never remember seeing him sitting on the end of that bench, you know, and watching. It was turn him up, man, because I know what was going on the inside. I said, this ain't gonna last long, boy. This, for whatever reason, he's gonna get out there, man. And that's, again, that goes to that passion, man. That's that same kid. Every day after practice, we leave practice, he wanted to play me one-on-one.
Yes,
One on
sir.
one, I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna beat you, man. I said, look, even if you do, man, beating the old man ain't gonna mean nothing, man. I'm an old man. I said, beating me ain't gonna prove nothing, man. But I was sitting there watching this kid, man, get better and better and better. I would never tell him. I said, boy, this boy gonna be nasty, man. He gonna hurt somebody's feelings, man. And sometimes, we have to like refocus, and sometimes that even means leaving, man. And and going somewhere and doing, not even doing something different, but doing the same thing he was doing.
Yep.
And I had to do the same thing. I left Goldsboro, man, with a chip on my shoulder, man. And I said, whoever played me next, man, is gonna get hurt, because I had a lot of aggression, a lot of bitterness, stuff didn't turn out, man, like I wanted, because we all had those dreams, man. I was gonna go from rags to riches, man, and tell that story, man, gonna be the first this, the first that, you know. And sometimes, man, we can leave with that, that problem.
Right,
But
right.
a lot of times, if we take it with us, you still gonna have the same problem, just in a different place,
Yes, sir.
man. So I had to learn, man, to address and use that as aggressive energy. Turn that into a passion instead of a problem. Because if not, man, you're gonna sit there, play those mind games with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, tear your body up, man, for nothing. I tell people now, man, I pay the price, man. I know I've had 10, 12 surgeries, man, you know, and, but my ass, man, I do it all over again.
Yes,
I
sir.
do it all over
Yeah.
again, man. So, you know, so it's an ongoing thing, man. It's an ongoing thing. So, but again, tell the young kids, man, keep that passion, man.
That's
And
that's
today, the teamwork concept to me is kind of faded.
this is so powerful,
You
man.
know,
This is
the
so
teamwork
powerful.
concept, man, is fading, man. We so stuck on numbers, and again, I love AAU. I like the exposure it gets to people, man. But see, one of the drawbacks to me is selfish ball.
Yep.
And everybody's there, man, trying to get stats. You got nothing but all-star teams. You got all-star teams together. I never forget some of the teams we had. Remember the team we had with Robert Coates' team. The team we had there, man,
Right.
we went through the season, man,
Right.
lost our whole starting five. Because at some point, there used to be a joke about Goldsboro
Plucking
that if
them.
you're going to beat them, man, you know, everything was going to change in January after the break, and them grades came out.
Yeah.
Say, you're going to win, you better win now, man. And that was an ongoing thing. And I never forget, man, we lost not only
Yeah.
starting five, we lost the first six. We lost the first man off the bench. And we had the game. I never forget that first game. We had 6 games left, man, after the break. We had 6 games, and they were scared to death. We went 4-2 after that break, man, with the bench,
Mm.
and that inspired so many of them guys, man. Some went on to play a little bit. Some of them realized that they could ball, you know. But it taught them about being
Yeah.
men, and trying to step up. Because those same guys, Maurice can tell you, everybody didn't want
Right.
to take that last shot.
No.
Everybody didn't want, be the one to have that stress on them, man, like that. But it showed them, said, no, coach, no, coach. I said, no, man, you can do it. And for now, you have no choice. To me, that was one of the most, man, rewarding half of a season that we ever had. We went 4-2 with the bench, man. And because the guys said, man, we gonna lose, man. We gonna lose. We gonna lose. We gonna lose. But sometimes, man, sure, you gotta dig inside yourself, man, and you'll find out what's in there.
Yeah.
You'll find out what's in there, man. And that to me, was worth it all, man. I mean, and like I said, we ran across, man, just so many guys, so many
Right,
names now, so many faces keep
right.
popping up in my head, man. But that's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Hey, coach, I think you hit on something too, especially when you start talking AAU. It's more one on one really, and then we have a problem, or we start getting upset when they start bringing all these international players in. That's
Right,
because they know the fundamentals. A lot of
right,
those guys are basic basketball players,
right.
where a lot of times we're more flash
Yeah,
and not don't know the fundamentals. And I think at the end of the day, man, we've got to get back to that.
right,
Oh, it's really going to become an international game. I mean, that's what they
right.
want anyway, money wise. But I mean, at the end of the day, we got to blame ourselves when it comes to it a lot too, though.
Yep, yep. Awesome. You hit it, baby. That's it right there. That's it right there.
Let me say this right here, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, welcome everybody to the All American Sports Show. If you guys are just joining in, I'm your host, Burrow Boy, aka Sean Atkinson. Tonight we got a legendary coach, Jerry Sykes.
Yes,
It's an
sir.
honor to be here doing this. Also, we have a special co-host tonight, Mr. Maurice Brown, taking over for Farron McLambo. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I want to thank everybody on TikTok for your love and support. Guys, go to the website, burrowboyapparel.net. Get you guys some merch. Also, we got the TikTok shop going up tonight. Please click that orange cart. And also, in honor of Coach tonight, what we're going to do is for the 100 order of burrowboyapparel.net, go to burrowboyapparel.net. For the 100 order, we're going to be giving away an NH525 drone tonight. So go to the website, burrowboyapparel.net, and on the 100 order, you guys will receive an NH525 drone. All right?
Yes, sir.
Coach, let me ask you this, Coach. If you could tell the youth one thing to impact their life, what would it be?
Wow. Well, for one, have a relationship with God, you know, because that goes back to my key thing about foundations, fundamentals, I mean, we hear so much, man, about relationships with God. We hear this. I mean, we got different religions. You have so much, but it like anything else, it has to be personal. Just like I used to tell you guys about defense. Offense is one thing, man. Defense is personal, you
Yes,
know?
sir.
And tell them that you got to look across, man, just
Right.
you and that guy. It's you and whoever, man. And it got to be you and him. It has to be personal, I never
Mm-hmm.
forget, was playing in the game, and Coach Lee, man, used to jump on
Right.
us, man. Man. And it was, man, we was playing full court press, man. Full court, man to man. We was slapping the floor way before Duke was doing that mess, man. Defense over was personal. And he said, man, I don't care where that boy go, you go everywhere he go. You go everywhere he go. He said, if you go,
Okay.
she said, if you go to the bathroom, you open the door for him and hold it if you have to. But you be there, man, everywhere. And I got so tuned up with that, man. They called a timeout. I followed this cat to the bench. I was in they huddle. And he laughed about it, man. But he came back and told me. He said, you got it. He said,
Yeah.
you understand. You understand what I'm trying to do,
Yeah.
man. But have that relationship with God, and find out, man, what you want. You have to have a goal, man. You have to set some kind of goal, man, whether it be high, low, whatever. But, because they always say, reach for the stars, man, and everything else is going to be secondary to it. But, the main key is, man, like I said, have that relationship with God. And that's going, man, help you have that relationship with that special one, that special person.
Yes, sir.
It'll help you understand the relationship you need to have with your kids. you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it tells you who you are. And you know, you can't be who you are to somebody else, man, until you know who you are to yourself,
Yes, sir.
you know.
Right.
So to me, that was the key. And after that, baby, everything else is gonna fall in line. You know, if you could do that, man, everything else, man, is gonna fall in line.
Coach, Coach, I got three more questions for you, and I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. I don't want to keep you too late.
Yeah, you
Well,
know,
actually, two, because
by my bedtime, man, I
Reese
go to
got
bed
one for
early,
you.
man.
Come on, coach. You can make an
Um,
exception for us. Come on now.
I got you, baby. Go ahead, Sean.
yeah, I got you. I got you. What does the name Carver Durham mean to you?
Man, that guy, man. I was going through a lot, man. I came back from Texas in '87. I was almost 30. I was 29 years old, man, when I moved back here. And I've been through some things, man, personal things, sports issues, man. Some things didn't turn out the way I wanted. Cause like I said, we all had that dream, and it started hitting me, man, that I'm getting too old to play. I got to do something different, man. He gave me a phone call. I just got home, man. He called me and said, "Man, I'm starting out over here, man. I'm thinking about coaching, doing this coaching thing, man." He said, "I'm gonna need some help, man." He said, "I need you." And at that time, man, it gave me a purpose, man. And I said, I can give back, man. I'm still a little mobile. I can help and do some things, man. So we got together. He didn't know that I needed that at that time in my life, man. I needed you guys, and I needed some man to turn my focus on to, man. And it turned out to be perfect, baby. I mean, it turned out to be perfect. We grew so much. We cousins, me and him were cousins, man. So we family. And I learned so much about him. He learned so much about me. And I had to learn, man, that just like teammates, me and him had
That's
become
how God
teammates
works, man. Because
ourselves.
we needed
Yeah,
you.
and man, it was something, man. And to sit there and watch him go through what he went through, because like I said, when he came, he got that cancer, man. I mean, that hurt me, man, more than anything I know. I sat there with him, man, to the very end. I was in his room with him, man, at the very end. And it got to the
Yeah,
point that, if y'all know him, he was so proud, man. He didn't want me to see him like that. So
Yeah.
whenever I would go in his room, man, he have all the lights would be out. We be in there in the dark talking, man, just me and him.
Yes, sir.
And he taught me so much about life, about basketball, just about people in general, man. That you know, that's how God works, man. Because he helped save my life, you know, because like I said, personal issues, man, just going through trying to find out who I was, man. And if you know him, man, he was into, man, those
right.
books. He turned Muslim, man. He used to
Yes,
have
sir.
after school suspension. He make you read. So you ain't come in here doing nothing, man. He had to read, man. And he taught us stuff. Remember, every year we used to go to, man, to CIAA. We used to
CIAA.
take the kids,
Man,
man, to CIAA every year, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, and he was trying to show you, man, what, for one, what you can be, the history of your people, man, and like I said, man, I toward the end, me and him got so close, man, and it was a shame that
right.
that had to happen to him. The history behind that, he got that cancer, man, from that gym, because later they had to tear out, man, the gym and all that because it was full of asbestos, man,
Oh man.
you know, and he got lung cancer because he didn't smoke. I
Right.
mean, yeah, he didn't smoke and had lung cancer. He died of lung cancer, man. And there were two people that had that
Oh
cancer. Him
man.
and Coach Whitley,
Yep.
Gerald Whitley.
Yeah,
He
Yep.
had
I was
lung
about to say
cancer
he never
too.
smoked a day in his life.
Yeah, he had smoked a
Right.
day in his life. But Gerald Whitley was a chronic smoker. And they told him that they couldn't sue nothing because he smoked. But they couldn't understand Carver, man, because like I say, never smoked a day in his life, man. And I remember when they first got to him, he was playing baseball. Oh, he loved baseball,
Oh
man. He was awesome.
yeah.
He was
Oh
just
yeah.
an awesome athlete. Period. Now, he couldn't play no football. He didn't want to get hit. He was too pretty for that. He was pretty. You know, that as a matter of fact,
Yeah, he
one
did.
of the things he used to tell me, I gotta tell this story. And you know how he used to dress. You know, he used to be the dresser, man. So we go to the game. So I try to keep up with him. So I never forget I had this suit man had on. We was coach, man. He looked at me, he called time out, man. He went to the side, he said, look,
Yeah,
coach.
yeah, he's sharp,
He,
yeah.
he said, look, coach. He said, I like that suit, man. You got on, you looking sharp. He said, but I'm the man. He said, you can't be outdressing me. So he said, I bought you something, man. He said, I bought you something, man. It was a sweatsuit, man. It was a top and the bottom. Had Goldsboro Middle School on. It was nice, man. But it was sweat. He said, okay, I want you to wear this at the game and everything. I said, oh, okay. I see what he's doing now. You know, I said, yeah, because man, I thought I was looking good. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, we look good together. He said, no, I'm drawing too much attention, man. He said, I like this suit. But he said, it looked too good for you to be out here with me. He said, you're drawing too much attention, man. You know, so that's the kind of guy he was, man. That's, you know,
Yeah.
that's who he was to me. Like I said, they called us Fire and Ice, man. You know, so he was on fire. He was doing the yelling. You know, and I pull you to the side. Say, okay, baby, calm
Yep.
down.
That's what I
You
remember.
know, we got this. We got this, man. This is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do, man. So, like I said, that worked out perfect, man, for me. Like I said, he had no idea what he was doing for me, and that's why it was so easy for me, man, to give back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Reese, go ahead with your question, Reese, and I'm gonna follow with the last one.
I bet. Hey, so coach, like I said, your top 5 football players that come out of Goldsboro.
Wow. Now,
You can put your
I'm gonna try
feelings
to
in
go
there. It's
old
okay.
school. Okay, I'm gonna try to go old school because some of these names you guys ain't have a clue who I'm talking about. But I'm gonna try to merge the old with the new. See, right off the top, man, I gotta say Devon Ford,
Okay.
Emmett Hamilton. It's getting tight now, boy. It's getting tight. Like I said, I'm gonna make some folks mad, you know. And
Hey,
Montreal
hey,
Coley's dad, Willie Coley. If man, if you could, if you could show side by side comparisons, man, I
Uh-oh.
remember, there was some guys, man, in the NFL were like that. If you would show
Oh
side
yeah,
by
Mr.
side
Willie.
comparisons, man, you know that. So if I got Willie, I got to go with Montreal. Uh, I might have squeezed a couple extras in there, man. I got to give a David Thornton,
go ahead,
Jaron
coach.
Reed,
Mm-hmm.
Travis Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
Those types. So I'm gonna go a little bit over, man. But
I'm
they were
okay with that.
just some of the talent. And me. Yeah, and me. I forgot me.
Yes, sir.
And but again, man, it goes back to the depth, man, and I mean of talent, that was here. And some of the other names, man, of people, because of what I went through and during the time we went through, the Hart Thompsons and a lot of the other guys, man, they never got to show their talents, man, because of outside stuff, man. There was so many guys, man. We used to go out to the center, man. We used to always say the best players ain't always on the team.
We talk about all the
Best
time,
that was
coach.
true in basketball, man. Out to the center. I remember guys, man, the
Right.
TTs, the Mike Evans, the whoever, man, that was in the NBA and made their name. If you couldn't come home and show the boys at the center, man, your game, I don't care none of that meant nothing. We don't care you was on TV, baby. That meant nothing to us. So by
Yes,
saying that,
sir.
let me get into my basketball picks then.
Yes,
Gotta
sir.
do the same thing. With me. Uh Mike Evans, Larry Gooden. Matter of fact, Larry Gooden still holds, man, the rebounding record for the NCAA. I think it's 42 or something like that, man. Something stupid. They'll never be broken, man. Because guys don't think about those kind of fundamentals. They
Not at
might want
all.
to score
Dang.
42 points, but don't
Yes,
nobody
sir.
want to get 42 rebounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? you know, the teachees, man, it's, you know, I'm getting into some crazy ground now. Start talking about ball, but then y'all won't go the young boys,
No. You
and,
go with what you know, coach.
you
I'm
know,
cool either
but
way.
look, yeah, but man, just so many, man. You know, just so many, man. Like I said, the Tulums, man, that I ran across. You name it, man. You know, big babies. You know, the Cosmos, Bigfoot, Thunderfoot, all them
Understood. Yes,
cats,
sir.
man. So many guys, man. Like I said, the talent level,
Yeah, Thunderfoot.
just so awesome, man. Just so awesome. And you know, it's still out today. They still coming out today, man.
Mm.
You know, the Angelo Maddox, big fella. You know, Angelo. You know, them kids back then, man. Because the whole while we was there, I didn't give everybody nicknames,
Right.
So a lot of cats, man, if I gave you a nickname, man, to me that was special,
Yes, sir.
and just was so many of you guys, man. Yeah, the Sean Atkinsons, the Maurice Grahams, the John Grahams, those guys, man, like I said, that made that impact, man. And like I said, not just on the court, man, because you guys became men. And to me, that's more important, man, than any award, man, you guys could ever have gotten, man.
Yes,
Is
sir.
is is to see you as awesome men and just trying to give back, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
I got to through that and not got all wrapped up. So I did
Co-
good, man. I did good. I did good.
Hey, coach, you know somebody gonna call you tonight. Like, hey, you
Oh
didn't
yeah,
mention me.
I know, man. I know it.
Coach,
I
we
know it. I thought
gonna
we was all right, man. I'm gonna
yeah,
hear
we
it. You
already
know,
know
I'm gonna
that.
hear it, man. I'm gonna hear it. But like I said, pressure, man. That's what it is. I'm under a lot of pressure, man. You know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sean, what's your secret question?
Coach, let me get you out of here on this last question right here. LeBron or Jordan?
Oh, come on, man.
There you
I
go.
don't
There
insult
you
me
go,
like
coach.
that. Come
There you
on,
go,
man.
coach.
Look. Ask Mike about Goldsboro. Ask Mike about Goldsboro. So Mike was the man. Mike,
Hey,
Mike
look,
was the
see,
look. As a
see,
matter
see,
of fact,
see,
matter
Fam
of
at
fact,
Lambeau,
yeah,
right?
look.
Fam
Uh,
at,
we have something, man, that can't nobody else say. There's somebody here from this area, from Wayne County, Harvey, and uh, he played, man, with Saints. Michael Jordan only went one game in his entire life that he did not score in double figures. It was when he came here.
Yes,
He
sir.
scored. He came in, played, scored 8 points against us. That's the only time his entire career, high school,
mm,
college, or NBA, that he did not score double figures. So again, that's the kind. Look, and Harvey could tell you the same thing, man, because he followed Mike to the bench.
yeah, man.
He followed Mike to the bench. He knows everywhere he go, you go, baby. He followed Mike to the bench. So come on, man. I got Jordan over LaFleur.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, like I said, he had some roots around
Hey,
here
someone
too,
said
so
in the
he come
comments,
hang
ask
out.
Mike about Harvey Ray. Alexa,
Yeah,
stop.
Timer stopped on the Quishante's Echo Show.
yeah. About Harvey Ray,
Yeah, he said
Rosewood.
something
Yes,
about
sir.
Harvey Ray.
Yeah. Rosewood, yeah, played down, man, for the Saints down in the southern
See,
wing.
what I was gonna say is, uh, oh, okay.
Yeah. Same
Yeah,
person.
see, Fam at Lambeau, man, he likes to get up under my skin, coach. This dude was sending me memes all times of day and night. It don't matter. He ain't got no respect for my sleep or nothing. And I look on my phone and it's something about LeBron, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, man. So I started sending him stuff back. You know what I'm saying? I started sending him stuff about Jordan and that. But you know what I'm saying? I don't even argue with him no more, man. I say, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, let the people tell them. Since what kills me is this. I grew up with these jokers. I was with them when they were cheering Jordan on. And now today, they hating on the man. I'm like, hold up. It kills me, man. It kills me. But Coach, man, I wanna say, man, I wanna thank you, man, for coming on. This has been it's been an honor. It's been a great interesting experience, man. I've really learned a lot about you, a lot more about you, man. And uh, if you guys don't know, um, if you don't know, man, this man here is a man of God. This man here is a man of the people. Um, this man will give you the shirt off his back. Um, if you see this man, this is a man that you should show respect to. Um, this man gives respect. He deserves respect. Like I said, guys, on this show, your light shines forever. And we want to tell you, man, on behalf of the All American Sports Show, we want to thank you for coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's really personal to me. And I just want to say, man, thank you for everything that you've done, man. And I love you, man.
Thank you so much, man. That means you don't know how much that means to me. And just seeing you two guys, man, you don't know. I got such fond memories, man. You guys, man, especially that smile, Maurice. You know, man, you should drive Coach Durham crazy, man, times, man. And, because of that attitude you had, man, you remind me a lot of Jaden Daniels. The same way, man. When I first started watching that kid play, I said, man, he ain't that serious about this thing. He ain't that serious. But as I sit there and watched him, man, it's his calmness and his demeanor, man, that when you was out there, man, you always thought you had everything under control.
Yes, sir.
And with Sean, the same thing, man. You guys, man, knew, early, that you were talented. But it's just so much, man, that it's just in me, man, right now. I don't have the words, man, to explain it, man.
Hey,
But
so real quick.
yeah.
Hey, so I want to say thank you to you, but I also want to say thank you to Mama Sykes.
Yeah,
Because
she right
because
here.
because at the end of the day, Coach, she could have fought you on being out there for us. She could have fought you for for just wanting
Right.
to coach and mold us young men into men. Because Mama Sykes allowed you, I say that no disrespect, because she allowed you to do that, you made all of us better men. And I just say thank you not only to you but also to Mama Sykes, because at the end of the day, like you said earlier, you guys are one team, and at
Yeah.
the end of the day, that
Round of
team
applause for that, man.
made us better.
There
So
she
thank you, Mama Sykes.
is, baby.
Right,
Thank
Yes,
right,
sir. Yes, sir.
right.
Thank you, sir.
Mama Sykes.
Yeah. Yeah, because cause at the time, man, especially that first team, man, she was pregnant. We just got married. Cause Ashley, man, this how old this is. When I first came back here, we weren't even married yet. We weren't
Yes,
even
sir.
married yet. We got married with that first squad, man. And she used to be following the bus in the car, pregnant with Jacob, man, pregnant,
Yes, sir.
man. So yeah, man, it's
Dedication,
a family
dedication.
thing, man.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a family thing.
Yes, sir.
We really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate it. You guys got me all choked up here, man.
Hey, man. Hey,
I
this has
think I
been
did
such a
good, man.
great.
Yeah, I think I did good. Because, look,
You
for
be,
one,
man.
yeah,
Be. This has been a
yeah,
great show, man.
for real, for
Yeah,
real.
it's been a great show, man.
All
I really
right,
appreciate you coming on. Graham, I appreciate you showing up for me, man. You guys go out there and go to that website and support your community, man. BoroBoyApparel.net. Get you some merch, man. Support your community. You know what I'm saying? And also go to that TikTok shop. TikTok. I appreciate y'all boys for coming in. Welcome to the All American Sports Show. We'll see you guys next week, all right? Coach, I
all
love
right,
you,
baby.
man.
Love you,
I'm
Love
gonna
you,
Coach.
get
man.
with you, cause I got some other
Much
things, you know
love.
what I'm saying? I want to holler at you about, all right?
All right.
I love you, man.
I
Y'all
love
stay
you too,
up.
man. Love you.